Before we get into our discussion with our guest, a quick note. The you problem with Dr. P is for informational purposes only. It does not constitute medical or psychological advice and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Welcome to the You Problem. What brings you to my neighborhood?
So I had the honor of serving in the Marine Corps. Well, I met my ex-husband, who I was only married to for less than 2 years. I lost custody of my kids. I had military orders from California to South Carolina, and I did not notify the courts. I didn't know that I had to. But my ex-husband went to the courts, and they said that I had abducted my kids. Now, this was in 2015, so 10 years has gone by, and I have not seen or heard from my kids. What can I do to have a better relationship as well as prepare for this unknown dark future with my kids? You know, spending 10 years away from them being biracial, you know, me being Black, their dad being Filipino, and being raised in a home where their Black side is not acknowledged. And it's hard trying to stay optimistic and positive, but I don't get to speak or talk to my kids or have any communication.
Holy crap, girl, you served me one up for okay. All right. First of all, okay, let's start here. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your support.
Your question is multi-layered, so let me try to narrow it down because, we can only address so many things, on a phone call. So what you're concerned about is, how does the future look like with my children moving forward?
Yes,
so that's
my
the
individual
question.
relationship with each one of my kids, yes.
Okay. Have you worked on yourself?
Yes, I do individual counseling. I try to stay connected with the gym for my mental health, but I feel like I've exhausted all measures that I can do.
Yeah, but honey, that's all you can do. We cannot control what other people do. You cannot control your ex-husband's behavior. The only behavior that you can control is yours, right? So here's the thing about children. No matter what has happened with our parents, children remain hopeful that at some point they will be able to have a relationship with their family of origin. So there's always an opportunity to have a relationship with your children as long as you've worked on yourself and you are prepared to receive them in a healthy way, right? Because children want to have a relationship with their parents. If there's a healthy parent, they may choose not to have a relationship with an unhealthy parent for good reason, right? So instead of worrying of how, trying to manipulate how this is going to look like and what are they going to be like, children tend to go, you know what? I'll give you a pass, and I'll give you another pass, and I'll give you another pass until there's no more passes to give. Your children will be able to build a relationship with you based on their own judgment, based on their own perception of you. So in the grand scheme of things, it sounds like you've done all the right things and continue to do all the right things. And it's really important that you continue to talk to your counselor about that and probably shift the focus. I work with a lot of people that get focused on what happened in the past and how we got here. Instead of working about that, be future oriented, and go like, you know what, I can't change any of that.
And I understand that, I just spent the last 10, 15 years being a community activist, trying to strategically push the Black agenda forward because, these are things that are important to me that I wanted to pass on to my kids. Now, I'm so overwhelmed that my kids will not want to be a part of my life. It scares me.
I know that you're afraid. I know you're scared. I mean, it's scary rejection in general, but especially rejection from the people that you love. But, you don't have to be an activist with your children. They don't have to believe the same stuff you believe. Whether you believe that's the right thing or the wrong thing, it's going to have to be a thing of mutual acceptance. Like they have to accept you for who you are, and you're going to have to accept them for who they are. And you may not agree. And, we all sit sometimes with people that we love very much, and we just go like, well, I don't believe what you believe, but we don't have to say it out loud. but I can try to see where you're coming from, because pointing the finger, or going like, I want you to get to know me for this person that I am right now, is really, you can't shake people into seeing you for who you want them to see you. You just can be you.
Right.
So what we're
Right.
rooting for
Yeah.
here is acceptance on both ways. It's not, that
Yeah.
they see you and admire you for who you are now and for what the community sees you. This is about them seeing you as a mom. But love doesn't
Yeah.
have to live in the same philosophies. Love, in fact, love is about accepting people even when we have different philosophies. That I'm gonna love you even if you're a dipshit, basically.
Mhm. Mhm. But their dad has told them I walked out on them, that I left them, and I've
Honey,
never had
honey,
the opportunity.
babe,
Mhm.
children grow up to be adults. You can try to indoctrinate children all you want. All you're gonna do it's a losing battle, because all of a sudden they become adults and they think for themselves. Like, give your kids some
Right.
credits, like your kids, as they grow up, they will learn to be independent thinkers, and that's what
Right.
matters. So have some faith,
Yeah.
man. Like, have some faith in your kids. They're not dumb. As they grow up, people see what they see. We all know our parents weren't perfect, regardless of what we were told. I mean, and we grow to see things for ourselves. I mean, that's what growing up is all about.
Yeah. I guess it just hurts that I feel like I didn't get a chance to have a solid foundation, something for them to come back to.
Work on your pain. Pain is anger.
How do you do that? That is so easy to say.
You're right. No shit. Yes, absolutely. That's easy to say. Don't worry. I get it. I mean, it's easy to make a phone call, to the U problem with Dr. P, and I'm going to go like, work on your fucking anger. Like, I totally get that. It's not that simple. But you know what? What use is that anger doing to you right now? None. Basically, you're sitting there wallowing in the anger, focused on the wrong thing when you should be focused on the future. Anger is back stuff. You can't. Someone once told me you can't drive a car if you're fixated on looking at the rear view mirror. You're gonna crash.
Right.
This may sound hard. That getting rid of anger is hard. Sometimes getting rid of anger takes just a direct relationship with understanding, wow, what stupid waste of my energy to be angry, and look how much effort I could be putting into thinking about the future in an open-minded way, which is exactly what you want from your children. So if you want your children to do that, you have to model that.
You're right.
All right. I wish you the best with your kids. Again, thank you for your service. I really do hope that things work out moving forward. And you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.